across the papers for today. Thank you for joining in. Today is the 27th day of January 2023. The big stories, as always, are spread across major papers, but we'd like to review just about 5 for you. Follow through as you listen, and of course, watch on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja on YouTube. Surely enough on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, also on Facebook. Keep those comments coming in. Remember to subscribe and click on the notification button. Thank you to all that have subscribed. We're pushing that by the end of this week, we'll possibly have over 8,000 subscribers. We want more. Come on, subscribe, make a comment. We'll read from there for you. Now, just to also mention that the headlines we're about to read out for you are stories published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info are only informing you of the headlines as we have them for today. Let's review some of the biggest stories for today now.
This is Morning Crossfire.
We'd like to start a review from The Sun, This Day, The Nation, Daily Trust, and Punch newspaper. So starting off with the likes of The Sun for today, you find of interest the following stories making its appearance there in The Sun for today. Lagos APC educates APC traders and artisans on electoral law. No leaders can create new Nigeria overnight, says Obasanjo. And then businesses, customers reject old notes as CBN's January 31st deadline closes in. Reject politicians that will drag Nigeria back to corruption, Buhari warns. Protesters block Lagos Benin Road over fuel price hike and scarcity. Immigration produced more than 1.8 million passports in 2022, says Aregbesola. No longer game as usual, Aregbesola talks tough on prison breaks. Extend deadline for old Naira notes, Kosiel tells CBN. Soldiers kill 157 terrorists, bandits, destroy 38 illegal refineries, arrest 40 oil thieves in 2 weeks, according to the DHQ. Nigeria, India trade volume hits 14.95 billion US dollars. All right, well, these are some of the leading stories here and there as you find it in The Sun. But Abiamla threatens arrest warrant against Emefiele bank MDs. Of course, of interest as well, fuel scarcity redesign ploy to sabotage elections, says Tinubu. That is still having its time in the leading parts of the papers, the paper for The Sun newspaper today. All right, well, that covers pretty much of that from The Sun. Let's move on now and take a look at stories from This Day now. From This Day, you find CBN stops dollar charges on domestic card transactions. Mafab launches 5G network 13 months after obtaining license. Eminent Nigerians, candidates yet to explain how they will tackle Nigeria's challenges. Other stories of interest, NLC urges federal government to commence immediate wage review. AFDB to commit 10 billion US dollars to make Africa basket of the world, bread basket of the world. Terrorism, money laundering, House moves to regulate international donor agencies. Then you'd also find federal government lashes Atiku over failed concession of Ajakuta Steel Company. Senator accuses Akeredolu's aides of exploiting his illness to sell off government assets. APC response says Tinubu didn't blame Buhari for current wars. Article to DSS ex Lagos governor planning revolution riots. It's a very, very twisted headline there. All right. Still keeping up with other stories for today. Let's listen more to you and get more views in. Now, to the Nation newspaper for today. From the Nation, you would also find of interest. Nigeria's elite selfish, says Buhari. Petrol crisis. PDP colluding with saboteurs, says Tinubu. Atiku remains my presidential candidate's choice. My presidential candidate choice, says Paul Play. Syria, Pesero praises Osimhen's scoring fits for Napoli. Moment odds victory shower for Tinubu and others. Of interest as well, journalists 6 register for attackers. House threatens Emefiele with arrest over Naira notes. I'll close IDP camps if elected, says Tinubu. Keeping up with all the stories, Buhari's successor should be able to fix Nigeria's power problem. Troops rescue 16 kidnapped victims in Kaduna. Gunmen kill APC ward chairman in Imo State. All card transactions to go through domestic card. Afrigo speaks about this. AFDB okays $10 billion to boost Africa's food production. UK removes duty on Nigerian exports. That's a good news there. All right, well, these are stories you can read up more about as we have them in the Nation newspaper for today. Now to Daily Trust. Why next president is likely to fail like Jonathan Buhari? That's according to Professor Ibrahim now. New Naira notes. We may push for your arrest, Baja, once Emefiele. History will be kind to me, says Buhari. 2023, be critical to governance. Don't compromise. That's according to a renowned journalist, Aberugba, OJ's media practitioners. Trust dialogue on 2023 presidential agenda. Now, the confirms 6 to 8 weeks injury absence. Oh, that's there. That's one of my favorite tennis players. All right. You'd also want to read about 38 headers killed in Nasarawa air raid. You can't pitch me against Buhari, Tinubu tells Atiku. Of interest as well, airline operator wants special fund, single-digit interest loans for airlines. And then of interest, CBN unveils Nigerian domestic card, bans dollar charges on local transactions. Okay, well, there's the stories here and there. And I will tell you that dollar card transaction, that's an interesting choice. I just wonder how that will play out now. But from around the world, politicians, foreigners, and Nigeria's elections. There's a story about that in Daily Trust. Now, to round this all off, let's take a look at the Punch now. Bullion vans at Tinubu's house missed address. That's according to one of his spokesmen. I watched the interview yesterday, defending that moment. I've been embarrassed severally because of my resemblance to Osimhen. Chibuke speaks about this. Refineries privatization solution to current mess. Nigeria, Niger Republic rail project to boost trade, says federal government. Jailbreakers won't leave to tell stories, says Aregbesola. CNG alleges plots to scuttle elections. Mega churches and schools bar old Naira note payment offering. Senator Akeredelu's aide disagree over Ondo's factory sale. My wife battled for survival as hospitals refuse treatment. Slain lawyer's husband speaks. Katsina youth protests hardship, stone officials during Buhari's visit. Petrol scarcity, protesters block Lagos Benin Expressway. Traders bemoan losses as fire guts Lagos market. Benue youths born 89-year-old over alleged witchcraft. Hoodlum stabs funeral guest for dating ex-wife. Army probes torture of female soldier by colleagues. My wife battled for survivors. Okay, I did take that already. Man caught stealing Ogun Court generator. Oh, dear Lord. Man caught stealing Ogun Court generator. DSS rescues abducted Osun housewife child in Oyo State. Oyo trader beaten for blaming policeman for crash. All right, well, these are stories here and there as you find them across the papers for today. Well, I do see your comments as they've come in already on YouTube channel. Well, thank you so much. Those are the headlines. Do remember, the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today.
This is Morning Crossfire.
It's time to listen to you this very morning as we take on your calls. We ask of you to follow through with the editorial guide of the station, okay? Do remember, your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us on Nigeria Info. Please be pleased with you. Keep your emotions in check as you also speak, and millions of people are listening to you this very morning. We appreciate you as always. All right, let's take on your calls at this time.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Numbers remain 07009510000. Okay, that's 07009510000. You can also join in on WhatsApp on 08099930137. Okay, and if you're using the alternative line, it's 08095974869. Let's take those calls now. Good morning to you. Oh, that didn't stay true. It's fine. Let's take on another. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
Glad you connected with us. Welcome to the show.
Happy Friday.
Same to you, sir.
God bless you and God bless your family.
Amen.
This is your brother from North Central living in Kuba Federal Housing. Mala Haruna.
Good to connect with you.
Mr. Femi,
Yes, please.
angry youth storm Buhari in Katsina. Buhari as a fair Nigerians and fair Katsina. Since when Buhari comes 2016, out of that, the sport of government in Katsina State, almost 20 local governments in their insecurity. They cannot be too high. They cannot go farm. They cannot go. They cannot travel the same way. The same to Nigerians. This is beginning because if you are refused to build your house, when you leave somebody's house to come to your house, people in your town, they will disgrace you. So I advise Mahmoud Buhari and JPC. They are still hopefully because they don't have anything to tell Nigerians. And this is the beginning. If you leave Villa to go out to the car,
Okay.
I don't know what you will tell Nigeria. Katsina people are not in Nigeria. So this is a sign to the people. If you want power,
All right. All right, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, I have to take the next call. Thank you. I have to take the next call because somebody else is also waiting to use the line, okay? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dr. Femi D. Amali. How are you? How are your loved ones? Abakar Kwalam from Gwagwalada.
Welcome. Let's talk.
Good morning, Alan Haruna. Good morning, all Nigerians for callers. It's very unfortunate. We must condemn the stealing of Mr. President convoy in Katsina. But for every action, there is reaction. That is human behavior. Every action that takes place, people must react through action, through emotion. People may cry, people may smile, people may jubilate. Even there may be a wave of sorrow or a wave of pain. President Buhari has been stoning Nigerians economically through hardship and suffering, through wrong policies. He has been stoning us. So may stoning of his convoy in Katsina. It's a very unfortunate one. The people in the beginning of his administration, it was all Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna Buhari, the Messiah. Now it is crucify him. Before it is Che Baba, now it is Kai Baba, Kai Baba. Thank you.
All right. Well, as you have evaluated the streets and their perception of the president there, well, that's your opinion of him. I'm sure he still has people who reflect on his work differently. Akim Muhammad on YouTube says, good morning, Nigeria Info. Good morning, Femi D. Jude Juluku says, good morning, Femi D. Paul Bolu says, good morning, Femi D. Nigeria shall be great again. Kazim Olale says, good morning, Femi D. I love your professionalism. No one is perfect, but you are the best, Omoya. Dr. Kazim writing that in from Kuala. Mwazu also joins in this very morning. Mwazu writes in, Mwazu John Lasisi says, good morning, Femi. We Nigerians are very patient. Queue for petrol, new naira, almost everything. Nothing is working. May God help us, he writes in. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Mamizi. Good morning, sir.
Good to connect with you. Welcome.
I love Patinibo, and I want to tell him good morning. You should keep working smart and...
Mamizi. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Speak. Hello, I'm here. The man, Patinibu, always speaks his mind. He doesn't have anything to hide. If you like, you vote for him. If you don't like him, don't vote for him. He spoke Yoruba and English to pass his message across. The campaign organization is coming out to explain to us that he's not talking to the president. Now, I want to ask you, Dr. Femi, this simple question. Who is the Minister of Petroleum? One. Who is the president of Nigeria? And on what political party? Who is the leader of APC? So sometimes when we say something, because we want to eat under somebody, we will paint it in a way that what Patinibu said is just the right thing. What did he say? This scarcity of petroleum has been with us for a month. Nobody came out to explain to us this is it. This new Naira note is a brilliant idea, but what some people don't understand is it's not everywhere. So we need more explanation.
Okay.
So to me, carry go. May the best person win.
All right. Thank you so much. People will try to help their society understand what you've said in positive light. They're described as spin doctors, okay? That's the name they end, I think, from... Spin doctors did start off about 1950s or thereabout. They just try to, if not longer, they've been on for a while, but it's just interesting to understand they are very active in Nigeria. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Yes, how are you today?
Fine. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good to have you on. What's your name?
My name is Ojego from Abuja.
Okay, good to connect with you. Welcome, sir.
So I want to comment about bullying ban.
Okay.
To enter into Tinubu compound.
Mm-hmm.
I say make the bullying ban this road enter my own compound, because if Nigeria, if they were talking, they will not know that.
Oh boy, that is stay true. Well, I think I'm getting the perspective you're coming from. Is an interesting one. Even though the spokesman also claimed the bullion van missed its way and the bullion van was empty. I don't know. What we do with the supposed, see my hand, is Koto, supposed empty bullion van. I can't prove it was empty or full. Oluleke Amos Fashaki says, good morning, FMD, and thank God it's Friday. Ogbona Efoke says, FMD, tell National Assembly members that Naira redesign and old Naira notes ban has come to stay for good. Let them go down to their constituencies and mobilize for votes as it would be, as it will not be business as usual. Akim Mohammed says, Nigerians are very patient indeed. How confused can still linger this long, and almost everyone are so comfortable and quiet about it. Michael Oshomo says, good morning, Femi D. As well. Where am I now? Okay. Akim says, Femdi, we would need the YouTube audio to be more audible, please. Okay, I would work on that as well. The Naira redesign is a good initiative, but both the commercial bank has on their own frustrated the processes among the new Naira notes. The 200 Naira is nowhere to be found. That's according to Akim there, writing his own viewpoint. Okay, let's take a few more calls at this time. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Femi.
Yes, good to connect with you.
Yeah, my name is Alpha Tatane Dola from Gundara Local Government State.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, let me take from the Speaker of the House, Femi. The issue of arrest I'm supporting because now I can assure where I'm staying. Most of people don't begin to get the old money. I don't know why we in Nigeria we are in the hurry. We don't follow the law. At the end of the day, we'll go to federal government take action against human beings. At the end of the same woman being say the federal government they are wicked. Yet I have never concluded that 31st, but people begin to get this money. I don't know why. So the central bank governor let them come out and tell people what is the achievement of the cassette program of the issue of new money, because the new money doesn't consecrate all the poor people, and he's telling the people that there's no any injection of the money. So
Okay.
I support the Speaker of the House. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Umaru Owas, good day, says Gumran Femdi. Nice having you on board. Thank you. Unamdi Orijika says Gumran Femdi. Nigeria has collapsed already. We seriously need P2B now or never. Well, that's his opinion of the situation. Noble Opokiri says, good morning, FMD. Honestly, nothing is working out well in the country. The government has failed Nigerians in all sectors. Latif Bolore says, good morning, FMD. I love your program. Latif from Lugwe, thank you so much. I'm grateful to you. And also, you go on to, okay, then you go on to say, how can Tinubu have bullion vans in his possession? Is it the owner of Central Bank? Ike Chima says, glued live on YouTube. Thank you, Chima. Charles Kosea says, good morning, Femi D as well. All right. Thank you as well. Interesting time as we have it there and then. Well, let's leave it at that for now, as we've reviewed much of the headlines for today and your interests, your comments, your areas of interest as we would take them on at this time. But know how. We would follow through. I know I've got comments on Facebook, but I assure you, as soon as we're back from the break, shortly after the news, I will take on the comments as we have them on YouTube, on Facebook this time around. Stay with me. Right, your Nigeria Info Money Crossfire. All right, it's a good time. It's just a good time. Day by day, the politics breaks away from every one of us. And the only thing you're left to say,
This is Nigeria.
truly, this is Nigeria Info. Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1. And I'm Femi D. Amede. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go.